you've got an employee with performance or conduct issues, maybe on a performance improvement plan. You're ready to terminate this person next week. And the week before you are ready to terminate, you get a harassment complaint from the person internally. What do you do with that? Well, you've got to process the complaint. I don't think there's really any choice to that. Certainly if the employee presents significant safety issues or something like that, maybe we suspend the person while we process it, but I can't think of many situations where we would suggest termination before we have gathered the information on the harassment complaint. So you process it, you go through it. What do you do at that point? Because really it is a separate issue in almost all cases than the performance or conduct issues that you're addressing. Maybe there's a scenario where the two things are related, but probably not. And it really should not change your direction as a technical matter. As a practical matter, certainly your risk is higher at that point. So a couple of things looking back from that point, you're sort of stuck where you are at that point to deal with the information that you have available to you. It will be a judgment call, certainly something you're going to want to talk to counsel about. But number one, it underscores the importance of documentation. Anybody watching this video knows the importance of it. It's challenging to get people in an organization to do it regardless. But if you are in a situation where the prior issues have not been documented well, and then you get a harassment complaint, and then you want to terminate without the background of the documentation, that's going to be a risky termination, for sure. The other piece is, and this strikes me as somewhat unfortunate, is that this kind of scenario, which does come up, and it may be something other than a harassment complaint, maybe a health issue that triggers accommodation obligations or something like that, maybe some other kind of complaint other than harassment. But you do get these things that pop up just when somebody's about to be terminated, might be legitimate, might not be. And the fact is that if somebody is not going to succeed at your place of employment, it's probably in your best interest not to waste too much time in getting rid of them, frankly, because the longer you keep them, the more opportunity they have to raise some sort of concern, and then the termination that you didn't do sooner becomes arguably in retaliation, which can be a tough claim to defend. So bottom line, you've got to work through these things when you get them, hope that you have the documentation behind the situations unrelated to the harassment complaint to back up a reasonably safe termination.